Yeah! Post-match,
Yes.
Brentford.
Hell of a game, hell of a result.
You were right.
I said 2-1 defeat, perhaps.
Yes.
I did.
Actually, I listened to the pod again, and you said we could be a 2-1 win. If you read the pod, you did mention we could win it 2-1.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
So you were there or thereabouts. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
when it come down to it, you just felt we weren't going to win that game.
No.
And our pre-match, I had us down for a 2-0 loss because we knew, well, we didn't know at the time, but Cunha went in the end. I just couldn't see any goal.
And we were so poor against Leeds and even Chelsea.
We thought Brentford would come bully us.
Yeah.
We didn't. We had not been playing well the last couple of games. We didn't play well against Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
We felt there was uncertainty at the back again, although Maguire was coming back. And we know how Brentford are going to play. They're on a good run because they would have got 6th place or something like that if they'd have beaten us.
Yep.
They got a decent manager, so we thought they'd beaten us before. So we were kind of more on the, we could get slapped here. And we didn't.
We didn't.
I mean, we could have got slapped.
We could have.
We could have got
slapped.
slapped.
Look at it because
he fell over the ball, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that was because we went 1-0 up. We started really well.
Yes,
didn't we?
definitely.
First 15, 20 minutes. We deserved that goal.
Yeah.
I think their keeper made a hell of a save from Maguire's header. We had another chance. Ahmad, didn't we? Obviously, in the first couple of minutes.
We'll have to do that as one of the
TikToks or whatever.
Yeah, one of the match because we were like, yeah, go on, Mainu,
and
then
he
missed it.
Couldn't see how he
and
could miss.
And the thing is, people say, and again, I mean, we'll get onto Ahmad with the goal shortly, but you know, people say that what he didn't miss, or people will go, he didn't miss if a defender blocks. Just a bit of composure, and I'll tell you what I mean. We've just had the Champions League, one of the best games you will ever see.
Yeah.
Right. Bayern PSG. Right. That guy, his second goal, almost the same, but he was further out.
Yeah.
The ball came to him. Keeper was there?
Yeah.
He went in that corner.
Yeah,
he placed it in that corner and whacked it.
Defender and
and whacked
defenders and keepers there. But that's levels. He's one of the best on the planet. But yes.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So when people go, it's not sometimes the case of just hitting the target. When you got an open goal like that, you've got to place it as well. Yeah. Again, the head, just, all right, he's a young lad, but just keep a level head, just see where the gap is and place it, and just keep all your concentration on the contact like he did. I know it's different levels, but that's what I'm saying.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
so he didn't hit a defender. He didn't, and then they're in the semis and probably, you know, are the best team in Europe, actually, because it's Paris Saint-Germain, they're still the holders. So that goes to show you. So
yes, you're right.
It was a good start.
It was a good clearance.
They come out fighting.
Yeah.
It went off for a corner, didn't it? It brushed off their defender.
Yeah, which we didn't see straight away. To be fair,
I think
we thought he missed it. It was deflected. Well, so we started well. Then I don't know if it was a result on corner that Maguire had the header saved.
Yeah,
which was a hell of a save.
Yeah. He scooped it.
Yeah.
Because if you look on my match reaction, and when we did eventually score with Cassie's header, it went in.
Yeah.
But if you look at the save from Maguire, it literally is. He's had to go and scoop it.
Yeah, he's behind him, isn't it? Yeah.
It's in the net,
but an inch,
the chip doesn't break the line.
Yeah.
Mad.
I know.
And we thought, oh, here we go.
We did, but in fairness, we got the goal that was deserved.
Yes.
I saw hate watchers saying it's the worst type of corner, calling us set piece FC, because we just lumped it to the back post and then lobbed it back to Cassie and he headed it. But we disagree, don't we?
Right. People are getting confused. Did we block out the keeper? No. We had it the other day when Brentford were doing it to us. And please, hate watchers. All right, bring it on. But there is nothing wrong with corner goals. And I said this many times. If you want to do set pieces, like free kicks, that is part of the game. That is no issue. When you bundle out a keeper and you've got a wall of your players around him to stop him coming for the ball, and you are lumping it into the 6-yard box and hoping it bounces off of someone, that to me is not a set piece.
No,
that is just, there's a 50-50 which way it goes. If you look at ours, Maguire peels off to the back. No one follows him. He heads it back across.
Yeah,
and Kazi gets on the end of it.
Run and gets on the end of it. Yeah.
So the keeper's not been crowded out.
No.
And Brentford were doing exactly the same as Arsenal. And that's what can happen.
Yeah.
All teams now. And when I mean, you know what I mean. Keeper's there and they're literally... and then our players are trying to get off our keeper.
Yeah.
And it looks pathetic.
It does.
And if United do it, I'll call it.
Yeah.
I'll call it out.
Yeah.
That is what I'm talking about. That's what Arsenal were doing. If you look at the goals they were leading up to, including ours, they were purposely crowding out the keeper. And there was a goal recently. That was almost similar where it was ruled out because the person blocked the keeper. Yes. Yeah. And I went, see, Arsenal seemed to get away with that because it was only one player.
Yeah.
But he managed just to get in the keeper's way. And I think because he put his arm out, they gave it as a free kick. But I thought, see, they're not as shrewd as Arsenal.
No.
They've tried to put the keeper off. Yeah. It didn't work and got a foul.
Yeah.
I think it was a goal. That's the whole point. They fouled the keeper.
Yeah.
But how many times Arsenal have just got someone just in the way?
Just let go of it in time or whatever. They're just a bit more savvy on it.
So it stops the keeper coming out. He can't do anything. And you know, that's the difference. And we are the second best team about set balls.
Yeah, scoring from set pieces we are. But if you look at
because we got good headers of the ball.
We got good delivery from Bruno. And actually that's another thing, right? So a lot of people are hating on Bruno his assists because only 7 or 8 of them are from open play. Yeah. And saying that X amount are from set pieces, free kicks and corners.
He takes them all.
Because he does take them all. But there's no disrespect in that because he does put it on the money every fucking time. And so many people can't do it.
Yeah.
So many
But again, we'll just get wound up by hate watchers. That's the whole point, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Because we only see it one-sided. The last few games, I've seen pinpoint passes, from this guy. I mean, look at that one he put.
Ahmad.
No, this was Cunha.
Yeah.
You know, that one where it was nothing much happening. No, but Cunha saw the space and he slid it in. And then Cunha went down, opened his body up, and tucked it in the other corner.
Yeah.
You know, that was almost from a nothing ball.
Yeah.
No one else saw it.
No.
Defenders didn't see it. Cunha made the run. He saw it and just popped it in front of him. So he could just run onto it, open up his body, tuck it in the right. Yeah. So
he is on fire. This is what we were saying. Even, there's the reasons why. And we watch United, we're fans, we watch them every game. There is a difference in Bruno. Normally, he gives the ball away cheaply, and then we're under pressure. He's not giving the ball away as much. He's hitting his passes. He's making the right decisions. Even the Sesko pass in the end was the right decision. But how many times have we seen him in them positions and he's fucked around too long, tried to overcomplicate it?
But I still say to you, why is this happening when Kobe has come back?
Yeah, Kobe has made a huge difference.
Yes, he's made a massive difference, mate.
And he's looking
unsung hero at the moment, this lad, the last couple of games, because he gives them security that I will try and tidy up. Plus, he's got the skill to keep the ball, but he's got the engine and he's working and he's putting in tackles. So, Kazi, we've seen him, totally different player when he's on the park.
Completely different.
You can see he looks calm, relaxed, because he knows he's got his mate with him who'll bail him out.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to do the running. He's going to do the hard work with tackling or trying to get the ball back. But he's there as your number 6 to get the ball and then pass it to Bruno. He's there to move it through the thirds.
Yeah.
That's where Kobe's a bit more of the get the ball back.
Yeah.
When they've got it.
And dribble it forward and release the ball.
Yeah. So on that score, the only thing, because we're talking about Kobe, is he's just signed a
new
deal.
Contract. Yeah, I know.
We've
seen it all before, haven't we?
You know what I'm going to say? It's like, oh no, I didn't realise that he was talking new contracts. So when he first came into the team, he looked slow, lethargic, and we said, where is that player gone? Last 2 or 3 games, he's played really well. Put a lot of effort in.
Back to normal.
Funnily enough, they're talking contracts.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how he continues for the rest of the season. And if he goes that half-hearted, relaxed again, because I've seen it in so many players where they give it their all while they're in their contract. Yeah. As soon as they've done it, he's off.
And it's a known thing. I listened to the Peter Crouch pod. It's known that players, they will almost they could be injured, but they won't tell anyone that they're injured until they sign the contract. And then the injuries start coming up because they want that contract. For them, it's security, isn't it? They need the contract.
They've got mortgages, got families,
they need, and then as soon as they do, naturally, they're humans. They just relax. They're now locked in for 5 years.
So I'm worried about Cobby. I thought he was just coming round to the idea and getting match fit, and they just said he's signed a 5-year deal. He's made himself almost like I'm your future.
Yeah, he has.
So now we got to see: is he the future, or is he just going to be one of those that's now he's guaranteed his £300 a week, whatever he's going to be on?
To be fair, which isn't
so it's
bad.
not that much actually.
Because when I saw
he would
that,
get more as he develops going anywhere else.
Of course. And if you think he's still only 2021, so his next contract will be his big bumper one. How it should be. Yeah. Really, this one is the middle ground one, the 100, because he does deserve it. He deserves a big
So he'll either take the 150 grand and be happy with that and just casually get through his term, or he'll still carry on improving to the point other clubs will come in for him.
Yeah.
And we won't let him go, but we'd have to then offer him
deal, as always happens.
Because so he's still going to have to work hard because that's what he'll want to double his wage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's that.
We'll see. But it's a strong midfield. Cassie, that midfield does look good now. I think the three of them have worked. Although having said that, first half after we scored, they were going through us again. But then both teams were. I think that's why it was an enjoyable game because. Brentford were going for it, which I didn't think they would. But it was end to end.
Easy. The guy fell over, didn't he?
I know. Eagles. He's he's got 21 goals this season.
Yeah, he should be burying a couple of those.
Yeah, he's a bit of a donkey. Like there's a striker with that many goals on that form.
You'd have thought he'd have buried
one of them have got to be buried, man.
Especially that one where our lad, the defender.
Heaven
managed to get his long, lanky legs and just somehow put him off without taking him down. Because I literally thought it was going to be a penny or it was going to be a red card because he got through one-on-one and he must have thought about it briefly. But fair play. Does it sound bad? I'd rather the guys score.
But stay at 11
But stay at 11 in this type of Premiership. You can't afford to do that.
No.
So you got to give it up sometimes. Because as he was going through, I thought, oh no, it's going to be a penny, he's going to send him off. Because you could see he was almost going to lunge from behind.
Yeah.
But he didn't. And when he did, he timed it just right to get a nick on the ball, got his leg round, just put him off a little bit. And the fun thing is, as they all fell over, it almost hit.
It hit Heaven again.
So it almost...
And then Lamen saved it.
Yeah.
That happened a couple of times, didn't it? Because that was the first one. That was the 1-on-1.
Yeah.
So the 1-on-1, which is for me, that's the big chance. When Maguire does a run, then the next minute he's in and he falls over. That's when it hits Heaven, and then Lam ends and it fucks around. Then the one that Heaven challenged him from behind, Lam ends his fucking full stretch, saving it around the post.
Yeah.
And then
the header, the
handball. Fucking. I mean, Lamens did keep us in that. And do you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And that leads on again nicely. I mean, Lamens for me, signing of the season for anyone.
It's just cool.
20 minutes. I don't want to blow, but he only gets beaten by screamers. Like every goal is in the corner.
Yes, I was just about to say, look at the goal.
Yeah.
Hit the post.
No
in
chance.
Off the post.
Yeah. No keeper.
Side netting.
But anything around him, which is just what you want from a keeper, anything within his vicinity, he saves. He don't make mistakes.
No. He's quite cool with it.
Very
he's quite
cool.
Calm.
Exactly
quite
what
calm
we needed.
with it.
And he cost us 19 million. So we can do it. That's what he proves. We can scout and find gems. Why do we have to spend 80 million, 100 million every time? Brighton do it. Brentford, all these clubs.
And there must be players out there who died to play for Man United.
Yes, exactly.
The lesser players who are looking for a big, I am 90.
But again, looking at personalities, this is what Ferguson, they'd have seen that he was calm.
Yeah.
He's not an ego man. Even the way he's cars, he's not flamboyant. But and that's exactly what we need.
Just wants to focus.
Calm, collected, focused.
Yeah, it has been a godsend. And again, Anana would have been flailing it
been all
a couple of
over
days, wouldn't he, really? Let's face it.
Anana wants to come back and fight for his place. Come on, no, just read the fucking room, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Your time's done.
It's long done, mate. It was gone in the first couple of months, the amount of powers. He was lucky to last 2 years.
Yeah, no, so that's definitely done. So we had the first goal, Kazi's header.
Another one, yeah.
And what was interesting again, and you can see on our watch-alongs, but there's certain players,
Yeah.
I remember the Lyon game, when we were fighting it back. All right, I didn't watch it live, but there are some players you just know are going to be onside. There are some players you just know if they're going to go down, there must be something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kazi, when he went down for the Lyon,
Yeah.
You knew there had to be something there, and he's shrewd enough that the cameras will pick it up.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the kick was at the bottom of his
Yeah.
boot. So again, with the fact we were going, is he onside? But it's Cassie. There's just some players have just got the intelligence that they're going to keep onside.
Even
as where there's others like Ahmad at the start, and nothing's going for him.
Yes.
But when he put it in the back of the net within
well
the first
off.
term, he was
he was like
and he was
5
looking
yards.
down the line.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But you talk about the shrewdness. Obviously, Cassie at the end. How many fouls did he win? That centre half, the big Irish centre half, was just doing a tiny little night. Cassie was waiting. The ref gave it every fucking time.
It was brilliant.
It was hilarious.
It was brilliant. Yeah.
Cheering up. But that's that South American savviness, because there was a few times you remember Mainey was getting the ball, and you think, just go down, Mainey, relieve some pressure.
I said to you a few times, yes.
But he's English, or for whatever reason, he wasn't going down, just kept going. It's like, just like know where we are in the game.
Little nudge as you're coming out.
Yeah.
Take the free kick, get the players up, wind the clock down.
He's been there, done it. He knows it.
I mean, those two, not got us, because maybe we were going to get there anyway, but those two at the end, because we were a bit nervy, weren't we?
Yeah, from the throw-ins. Yeah,
but those two Kazi drop downs.
Yes, from the throw-ins.
It was just brilliant.
No, they were.
It was just brilliant because we were nervous.
Yeah, we were shitting ourselves.
The way they could score, flick it on.
We've
been dealing with it all right, to be fair.
We did all right, but because we saw it with Fuller, we were 2-0 up cruising, then we just capitulated and we got lucky. Yeah. You know that can happen at any time.
And what did we do again with their goal?
Just let him shoot.
It's almost like, if you're good enough, we're in the Premiership. But before that, they had been blocking.
Yeah, they had.
This one time, they just stood off and went like that and went, well, go on then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a screamer in the side.
Right in the corner. That's what, if you give a player that much time on the edge of the box, what do you expect?
So I think we're going to do a compilation of long shots that we've let in. Yeah. And again,
it was like the Kevin one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. They just let him have a shot.
Just let him have a shot. You'll see again with the watch along. It's like, are you joking? You know, you've been blocking. This time you just can't be asked. You're 5 minutes from the end, because subconsciously we all play football. They're thinking, it's only 5 minutes now.
Yeah, we're 2-0 up.
We're 2-0 up.
Yeah.
And then bang. Oh dear, shit. If that was 1-0, would they? You'd like to think so.
Yeah.
But 2-0, they probably thought, we've almost seen this through.
Yeah.
A little bit lax now. Bang. Oh no, we've got to step it up. But we held it. We held our nerve. I think they had one chance, didn't they, in the last 5?
Oh no, they had the header straight after,
yes,
didn't they? Oh,
that was it.
That was.
And
I'd have thrown
from
up.
the TV angle as well. It looked like that was just going to nestle in the top corner. Because we were like, here we go.
Yeah.
And Levens just went like
that.
that.
But again, even that was simple for Lamens. But he just fucking gathered it. Yeah. You know, Onana would have flapped it. It's simple.
He just
took it. But it was either side of him. It's a goal.
Yeah.
Because it was one of them crosses. It was whipped in with such pace, and he's attacked it at the near post. If that's either side, it's going to be in the back of the net before he even goes. So that's why, like you said, from the angle, the way he did it, we both thought it was a goal.
Nestle in the corner, 2-2. Here we go.
And that would have been horrific.
Killer.
It would have been a dagger, I'll tell you.
It would be great for the watch-alongs.
Hey, watchers, they loved it. Yeah,
I know. And again, it does. The win was important because it just gets us away from Liverpool a bit. I think we were all at 58.
Because Liverpool won, didn't they? So we went 3 points ahead. Villa lost.
Yes.
So we're 60. Chelsea along far below Brentford is still in.
Yes.
You know,
because if they'd have won that game, I think they were overtaking Chelsea or
they
same
would have
points as
been.
Chelsea or something. So they would have been going for the 6th spot.
Yeah.
So I think was it you saying we just need 2 points in 4 games now?
I think it's 2 points.
You'd like to think that's to get to 5th, I guess.
That's just to confirm champ. Yeah, 5th. Yeah.
But because we don't know about the qualification, we do want to finish. And I think the way I was feeling, this was at the time, I think I was feeling if we finished 3rd and a relatively good 3rd, then Carrick's got to continue. If we kind of scrape it in 5th, and we have got Areola, did you say? The Bournemouth guy.
Yeah.
Areola. Then maybe it is thank you, Carrick. But I think most people are saying we've put ourselves in a position where how can we not? But of course they're stalling, aren't they? Or they don't know what they're doing.
I think it's the latter. I think it's they don't know what they're doing because they've already fucked up twice.
Yeah.
This is a big call because either way, if you go Carrick, then we've done.
But like they all say, we've said it before, and everyone's saying it. The season finishes in 3 weeks, a month. then it's the World Cup, or then all players will all go away. So what are we doing? You know, you got to make a call. You can't wait to see if we're in the Champions League. You can't wait to see if we finish 3rd or 5th. Like I'm going, if we finish 3rd, give them the job. If we finish 5th, maybe not. But they can't do that. They've got to.
I really
the trouble
don't
is, couldn't write it. The trouble is, that's why we're in a no-win situation. Because if they say to Carrick, "You deserve it," they'll give him a year, maybe 2.
Yes,
they give him 2.
Yeah,
I think they give him 2 because then the payout will be for the 2 years.
Yeah,
They're not going to give him 5.
No.
I think a year would be all of a sudden down tools.
But they did that with, so they can do it. I don't know what, but Chelsea did that with Liam Rossini, didn't they? I think they gave him a 5 or 6 year deal, but it was only
on condition off.
And then I think they only paid him out a year or 2. So he got 4 million, didn't he?
So yeah. So picture yourself in the summer, mate. Right, that's what I tend to do when I've spoken to you before about managers. And I know when they said Ten Hag and we won the cup, and then they kept him.
And we felt shit,
like,
didn't we?
Yeah. All summer, it was like I wasn't looking forward to going back because I couldn't see anything changing. No. So, season's done. You're thinking, again, we could do more of a pod on this at the end of the season, but the season's done right now. And are you going to feel excited the fact that Carrick's there? We're going to get a few buys, start the season. You know, we've won some matches. We finished 3rd or 4th. We qualified for Europe with not a bad. If he's got a loss rate of, you know, he's only lost 2 games, isn't he, out of 13 or something we played?
Yeah, I think so.
So another 4, that would be 18 games. Say if we would have lost 4 of those, it's not a bad return, is it? Really?
Not at all.
Not at all. And yes, and you'd go, well, if we start that, you know, we're not even playing that well.
No, we're not.
We're not even playing that well. But how many times can we say we were lucky? We were lucky against Brentford. We were lucky against Chelsea because they could have got more from it. But what we're doing is kind of old United. Well, if we start scoring goals, and it's exciting.
I'll tell you that since Carrick's come in, every game's been exciting. It could go either way.
Yes.
Which United have always lived on the edge like that.
We can't be the Arsenal.
No.
Who are
just fucking
getting through 1-0s at the moment because they're shitting themselves. I mean, obviously we saw Europe. The game the following day, which Arsenal with it, which I wasn't ready for. I was working, so I only saw bits of it. Playing against Atletico was going to be the complete reverse because Arsenal was just going to block it out. They're not going to meet toe-to-toe with them, are they? And be open.
No.
And even if Arsenal gets the final, they're not going to go toe-to-toe with Madrid or Paris.
Barton and Paris. But that's why they might have a chance.
Yes. That's why everyone's shitting themselves.
Exactly.
Because they're not going to play open because they get beat.
Yes,
so they're going to have to rely on their defence and hope for a little flick on a foot.
Yeah, from a
and corner. This time they get the penalty.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, the last 2 rounds, they got through on penalties.
Yeah.
They're getting penalties.
Yeah.
So they're almost hoping for something to happen. Yeah. And you can see it, or it will go all the way to penalties, be 1-1 or something.
Yeah.
They'll get the penalties and they'll win it.
Yeah.
They'll win it because they're just going to shut up shop.
Mm.
But then, you know, if they did that, can you see Madrid? Because they must have all clubs do that. Bayern. Yeah,
Bayern,
can you see
PSG?
Bayern? Yeah. Now, PSG I can see struggling a bit because they got fast men getting in.
Yes, they do. They rely on open
games. But I think
Elise,
Bayern with Elise, Kane, I think they've got the skill to get around.
Ex-Prem as well. Oh, I think I'd rather Bayern than the final.
So would I. I just think Paris, although they won it last year, if it was Paris and Arsenal, I'd be worried.
It's the French.
Yes.
Germans are a bit more gritty.
Yes, I think if it was Bayern and Arsenal, I'd be a bit more secure thinking Bayern might take.
Bayern won't let Arsenal win. No. Not a chance.
Yeah. See, we both think the same.
Yeah.
So are we cheering for a German club?
Anything but them gooners.
It's bad, isn't it?
I know it is bad. But you can't help because it's still English, like even yesterday. And I said it, you know, about Atletico. You're fucking crying.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I don't know, he's chewing on something, but...
You know, Simeone is fucking whiny little bitch. I can't stand him. He obviously sent Beckham off, got Beckham. Yes. He's just a prick, but he gets away with it. He gets away with it.
Yes, he's one of those, he's a cheater.
He is.
He would sell his mother to get out a win.
Yeah.
You wouldn't trust him as far as you could throw him.
Not at all.
Because he's too But you could call it shrewd. It's not shrewd. It's cheating.
It's cheating.
He
There's a
cheated
difference.
to get
Yeah.
Beckham sent off
Yeah.
because they targeted it. All right, Beckham fell for it. He was a young lad, but he targeted it.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do anything to win a game. Anything
Yeah.
to win a game.
Yeah.
And he's always been the same, and no one really likes him.
No
one really likes him.
Apart from that,
he might be a nice guy, but on the football pitch,
yes, of course, on the football, But
the funny thing is, what I did get though is when I saw all this moaning and stuff, Arteta's not that far off.
I know. That's the funny thing.
It was funny seeing Arteta go, "This is outrageous." And I'm thinking, when you're on the sideline, have you seen yourself?
Yeah.
Because he's very emotional. He's very in the keeper's face and the ref's face, the fourth officials. Yeah. He's huffing and puffing all the time. He's very emotional.
Yes.
To the point that you're going over the top, mate.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking silly.
Agreed.
So it was funny how he was doing that about someone who actually, you're not far off going that way.
It was funny.
You just want to win at all costs.
Martin Keown, obviously, back in Arsenal, but he was saying about how bad, like I just did. They had this discussion.
Oh, did they?
So no, but him with Steven Gerrard. Yeah. So he's going to the presenter like, it's out of order from Simeone how he wasn't sent off because he was the VAR. He's looking at the VAR. And Simeone's right there. He's not allowed to do that. He's interfering with it, right? But it gets nothing. Gets nothing. And then Gerrard's going. He literally looks at him with that look. He said, "Arteta's the exact same." And you can see Keown's like trying to get defensive. Doesn't and Gerrard is as straight as you like. So Arteta's the same. How can you say one thing and do the other?
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Yeah. So, I think I'm trying to work out TalkSport and everything else whether Keown is now setting his stall out that's the way he is on purpose because that's his SP.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to be so biased to Arsenal because he gets reactions and it's who I am.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. Or whether he is totally convinced what he says is right and thinks it's not Arsenal. He thinks it's generally, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That was a definite Stonewall penalty.
Yeah.
Well, no, the three other people in the studio have said it's not a pen.
Yeah.
No, it's a Stonewall penalty, though. Well, there's four of them on the panel. Three of you think it's not, and you think it is. You're an Arsenal supporter. Can you not see it? This is what Simon Jordan says on TalkSport. Yeah. Can you not see it? Yeah. And he won't have it. So he must know, that's my SP. I'm going to wind people up by it, basically.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but I don't know with someone like Keown. He's so mundane.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing up there, is there?
No.
So he could just.
He was on Match of the Day on Saturday with his co-presenter. Oh, God. Terrible. It was rather dry.
Yeah.
So Match of the Day is losing it a little bit, but they do mix it up, which is good.
Because there are times, like I was saying to you, I quite like Joe Hux. There's a different perspective about the keepers. It's always when they say something that you don't necessarily see. When they say the cliche stuff, you
one game at a time and this and that.
No,
because that's what Shearer, I feel, is always like. Yeah. Shearer kind of says the same things. He doesn't analyse the game.
No.
He just tells you the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like every week, mix it up. Do we see anything else? Because you want them to see stuff, don't you?
Yes, you do. You do.
So getting back to, I guess, the pre, because we're always going to go off tangent. We've decided we don't want to be systematic and go, player ratings and this and that. It's like, it's a chat. So we loved the game and hated the game at the same time. We've done a watch along that we've put out. Mm-hmm. We've done the goal that we put out, 1 million views, did you say?
Between the two socials,
Not bad.
Instagram and TikTok, 1 million views.
But again, I love the comments, I've got to say. Very positive.
It is nice.
And blessed, there was one who said that he used to watch it with his dad, who's now got dementia. And he's saying we should enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I had to reply, bless him, because obviously my dad's got dementia. Mm-hmm. And I miss my dad. And I miss watching football with him.
Yeah.
I have to do it with you. And as you have said so many times, it used to be the three of us. Mm-hmm. And it won't be three until you get yourself sorted with your little one. Yeah. So at the moment, it's two.
Yeah.
But I did see him the other day, and he was sort of on it. Give it here. He's going to keep doing that. He's after the biscuits. Right. So, what was I saying?
Granddaddy saw him.
Oh, yeah. And he was quite on form, actually. A little bit smiley, a little bit looking me in the eye.
Yeah.
And I showed him the video of our watch-along Sesko goal. Mm-hmm. And me being right, of course. Sesko. You go, Muguero. It's always the dummy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And why did we go for Sesko? And I showed him it, and he smiled. I think he acknowledged it. Wouldn't take his eyes off of it.
Really?
Yeah. He didn't cheer.
No, of course, of course.
Good stuff like
you know,
that.
there's been times with him where he can't focus on anything.
Yeah,
can
no.
he?
So I was with my mum, so his missus. So we both went together, and he was all right. The
That's
sun's
nice.
out.
Yeah,
He's just a little bit spark there with him. So I just went through that. So it was nice to see. Showed him the video. But that goal, we got to discuss the goal then.
Yeah, no, it is interesting to see the comments.
It's a great coverage. Yeah,
it is great. The fact we both, I think that makes it.
Yeah,
is the fact that we both go different players.
Yes, yeah.
And you're right, obviously.
Like I was with Sesko when he tried to pass to Ahmed.
No,
all those matches.
Still wrong with that.
Anyway, let's stick with this one. But why did you go for Romero? Why did I go for Sesko? Now, I'll confess why I went Sesko, but go on.
It's just so open, and I know it's so obvious, but you wouldn't put it on his right foot. You just lay it off so it's on his left foot. He can hit it first time.
Yes.
The defenders wouldn't have got there.
No.
He could have still gone in Mbeumo, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But Mbuemo's not on form.
But it'd be interesting what's going through his mind, because what's going through mine is, and it shouldn't be, Mbeumo, and some people have picked this up on Mbeumo, was probably 90%, not 90, because they were both open, but he was, if it was 50-50 each way, he was the 60-40 that it should be him, because he was a bit more open, right? But what's his form like at the moment?
Terrible. He looks so off it, doesn't he?
So why do you think I was shouting Sesko? Because I go and don't give it to Mbeumo. Bless him. I know he wants to score.
And he did bust a cut to get there.
Yes.
So he obviously wants the ball.
Yes. But he's just so lacking at the moment. And Sesko, when he's in, most times he hits the target.
He does.
So the reason I'm going Sesko is, yes, we're dummying a bit, but give it to Sesko.
Yeah.
Give it to Sesko, please, because I want the second goal.
Yeah.
And he goes to Sesko and he buried it. I thought he maybe...
That's what I mean. If you look at the play...
Yes. He had to take a touch, but Mbeumo wouldn't have to take the touch if it was the perfect ball, which Bruno would do.
Exactly.
But Mbeumo would have missed it. Would have gone
the
wide.
way he's going, he wouldn't have gone hit the fucking ball.
Yes,
because he had that 1-on-1, didn't he, later on?
Yes,
and it bobbled off his shin, his knee.
Yes,
and you're going in. Like, considering how technical he is.
It's the African Cup of Nations, by the way. That's where he's dropped off.
Oh, true. Yeah, since then.
Only because I heard they weren't talking about Mbeumo. It's some other club. And they were going that these two players have not been the same since African Cup of Nations. And when you think about it,
it's true, because before then he was flying.
So what happened? What happened?
Wow, it's a lot of football again. It was like, again, the European night. They were saying that PSG and Bayern, both of them, and you think they're the best teams in there. So they would have played every cup competition. They only played 50 games.
Yes.
Arsenal played 57.
Yes.
And still have 2 more games then. So overall, we're playing on average 10 games more a season than every other fucking club.
This is what was coming out on TalkSport the next day when they were talking about the Madrid and how quality that was. And I kind of agreed with it a bit. And I've always thought, do I keep saying Madrid? Because Madrid are always in the semis.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
So the Bayern and the Paris game was, they were talking about that, but what they were getting to, which you were just saying,
was the games, the amount of games.
Yes, but they were saying is, and I kind of agree a bit, that we play up the Premiership so much, and that's what they were questioning. They were going, maybe we get carried away. We're not the best league in the world. There are other leagues who've got this ability to do this. You've got the best teams. But then someone they were talking to said, yeah, but if you look at the amount of games and the type of games we play,
a lot more.
Our players, they've had a rest.
Yeah, they have.
If they were playing twice a week and hard games, they already said Bundesliga's tied up like it is every year.
Yeah. PSG tied up.
PSG is,
sure. Most of the time they win it early.
So the games they're playing, they've got a few games, but
but generally, even because the ones near the bottom, they probably play a second fiddle team and still win.
But that's the beauty of the Premiership now. I think is it's actually getting harder. Man City this season, they not the Burnleys in this world, but they could struggle when they play the Brentfords, the Brightons, the Bournemouths, the Evertons, which they never used to. No. That would be a banker. It'd be a good game, but it would normally be a banker. It's not now.
No, it's not.
It's not. And the more money they get, the more shrewd.
More investment money.
They're watching the Brighton model. And other clubs are going out, well, we might not have hundreds of millions, but we've still got 50. We've still got 100 million.
Yeah.
If we shop around and get 20 million players
Yes, sell them on
who
for
really want to come and
Yeah.
play in the Premiership and are quality and got the right mindset, we can have a decent squad. And that's what they're doing.
exactly.
So now every game's hard, and
It is.
and that's why I think Spurs are struggling
Yeah.
because they've sat still
Yeah.
on egos.
Yeah.
They haven't gone out there
No.
and done all that,
Yeah.
and they're ruining the wall because they're shit for a reason because
Mm.
they've not invested in the team. They've not, and they're just hoping something's going to
not
happen.
got the right
No,
characters
it's
in
not
place.
not the right model.
It's not a working model.
And we need to learn from that as well, which we did kind of last year a bit. But
we did. You look at the signings we got. There was more research done
Yes.
into it, wasn't there?
yes,
Because I told you, see him,
Bye.
because I told you, even like Mbeumo's not doing well, but you never see him shrug his
No,
shoulders. You never
no.
see him
And he's
moan and
always
have an
sweaty when he
attitude.
goes off.
Always works his
Yeah,
bollocks off.
Yeah.
In contrast, Ahmad, all
Yeah.
right, he was great for the goal. That was the first time he actually attacked,
Yeah.
or defended. You
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
Defended
Because he
with.
given the ball away, missed
Yes,
chances.
he gave the ball, but he gave the ball away in the lead up. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure to that tackle
Yeah,
because
he
we were
did.
moaning
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Ahmad. So he's now pissed off, and
Yeah.
he's defended with
Yeah.
that passion and desire as you
Yeah.
should do every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And he wins it, and look, we're in,
Yeah.
and it was a great challenge.
Yeah.
But we were saying
don't-
both sides.
We all know he didn't win it to do the pass.
No,
he
of
won it
course
as
not.
as an attacker that had given the ball away, and I thought
Yes,
we're open here, and he
Yeah,
just
it's
managed
just-
to get in
yeah.
there and clear it,
and we're in.
and we're in.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But that's why, because I saw in the analysis, and this is the type of
Mm.
things you want to see. I don't know if it was Carragher or Neville, but Jensen, who was
Yeah.
the midfielder who should have been in the middle, was
Yeah.
out wide. I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw this analysis.
Yeah.
But because they're in such a good area, for a split second, he's on his toes. He just relaxed to get a breather.
Yeah.
In that split second,
They're
Ahmad
out,
wins
yes.
it, and now he
Yeah.
should be where Bruno is.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
he doesn't take that split second to rest,
Yeah.
he's now by Bruno,
Yeah, yeah.
and we're not in.
Yeah.
So this is how
Yeah.
defined margins of the
Yeah.
Prem. Just by him being
Just
lazy for a
switching
split
off
second,
that-
switching off,
Yeah.
goal,
Go on.
bang.
Yeah.
Um,
And the manager will notice that.
yes,
And he scored the goal, didn't he?
he
The
did.
Jensen goal.
He did.
So,
Jensen, yeah.
That gave us a little
I
bit
think,
more.
yeah, Ahmad still just.
But
it
Sesko
comes
took the
from-
goal all right.
Took it brilliantly.
Yeah.
Took it brilliantly.
Mm.
I do like
He's done
Sesko
that. He's
a
done
lot.
that a few times.
He has.
Remember the Fulham goal?
Yeah,
Just
he's
made
got
sure.
the composure
Bang.
about him.
Yes.
He's,
Yeah.
and I think someone commented again. It's like, I don't know why, but I just love Sesko. You know, and when you
Yeah.
look at statistics, Højlund actually in his first season scored more goals so far, right?
Yeah.
But it's the all round, and not
And he must be quite a bashful lad because did you see they pushed him to go and
yes,
celebrate to the crowd?
celebrate, yeah.
And then he did it, and that told me, he hasn't got a massive, huge
No, that's
ego.
why I think we all love him. You can
Yes.
tell he hasn't got an ego.
And you
He's-
said
he's
yourself on
humble.
the bench, he's quite
Yes,
happy to be on the
yeah.
bench. He wants to be playing, not
Course.
happy, but you know what I mean. But he won't sulk about it.
No, he'll be ready to
What
come
do you
on.
want me to do? And I'll be ready.
Yes,
And that's a good attitude.
exactly. That's why I think there's the respect's there with the
Yes.
fans. That's what we said. You
Yeah,
know,
we can see it.
even Cobby, we know Cobby,
Mm.
but by him, I think we said it during the game. He ran back.
Yeah,
And he really
was on it.
won the ball
He
back,
was
and the
on
crowd was going all over. And
Yes.
it's like, as fans, we're not. Of course, we want to see the best football, but
Yeah.
the bottom line is, fucking be happy to
Yeah.
play for the club,
Yeah.
show respect, and
Yeah.
work your bollocks
Yeah.
off. I know
Yeah.
everyone says it's cliche.
Yeah.
The fans will love you.
Yes, yes.
How many average players have we seen?
Yeah.
Or like Ji-Sung Park.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you talk to any United fan, they love
Yeah,
him because he
yeah.
wore his heart on his sleeve and he
Yeah.
loved the badge.
yes, yeah,
I think everyone will
Yeah,
respect.
yeah.
There's been players that aren't that good technically.
yeah,
You're gonna love them for that.
yes. And we could see Cobby was on it from first 10 minutes.
Yeah, you could.
He was
Bang,
up there
bang,
getting
yeah.
getting
Did
in their
that run.
face. Yes. So he was definitely on it.
Mhm.
So obviously, yeah, great performance, plenty from it.
Mhm.
So we're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
We are.
We're a good place.
We'll do the.
we was wrong.
Pre-match because we got Liverpool next, don't we? That's a big one.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. That's on Sunday. Is that
Sunday.
the match on Sunday? Our
Must
game,
be.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I'll just-
Barbecue time, isn't it? If the weather's
Yeah.
good,
Well, which is
which won't be because it's a
No.
bank holiday weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll do that. It was good result. Almost ties us in with Europe. So we're almost there. I can't see us losing every single one of our last 4 games. So I think we're all a bit worried about we haven't got a depth in squad team for Europe, but like they
we're
will say,
worried about that,
yes,
and I think
let's just-
again from what we see,
we're still going to get money for it,
Yes,
and even
we're
if
gonna
we go
get-
out early, we're not going to light it up the
No.
UEFA rule, and we'll have to do more post. It's going to be busy next
It's going to be
season.
very busy. I mean, it does scare. I know they are the 2 best teams, but like
Yeah.
we've said,
Yeah.
that's why we got to go into Europe next year. Of course, You always want to win it, but don't do it at the detriment of the league because we're not going to win it.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near it.
Yeah.
If that was the other night, United,
Yeah.
fucking out, it'd have been 10-0.
Yeah,
It'd have been double figures.
And like you said, and then if we end up being 15th,
yes, it's not
go
worth
through all that
it
again.
because Spurs have sold their soul to win that European title. And actually, if you look Amorim, I know it was easy to say, but he kind of he come out and said didn't want to win it because we weren't ready for the Champions League, and he was fucking right, really, because Spurs are fucking getting relegated. That could have been us.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. Actually, you're right because they were in the Champions League. So and now they're just shitting themselves.
Yeah,
because now it's just tension and everything else, and you're trying to find form when you haven't got time.
No,
and every small thing. So
they've got
fair play.
Villa, I think, at the weekend.
Oh yeah, we've got a match tonight, haven't we, to watch? So semi-final UEFA. Well, okay, mate. All right, so that's post-match done. Pre-match for Liverpool then next.
Yep.
Well,